What percentage of mortgage applications did banks reject in 2023? Options: 5%, 12%, 28%, 45%. The correct answer is 28%. Banks tightened lending standards post-2008. Middle class borrowers faced 28 rejection rates despite stable income. How much did banks' risk-weighted capital ratios increase since 2010? Options: 2%, 8%, 15%, 32%. The correct answer is 15%. Dodd-Frank regulations forced banks to hold 15 more capital. This limits lending capacity directly. In what year did banks stop issuing most subprime mortgages? Options: 2012, 2015, 2008, 2020. The correct answer is 2008. After 2008 crisis, subprime lending collapsed. Recovery was slow. Most programs never returned. What's the minimum credit score banks now require for approval? Options: 620, 680, 740, 800. The correct answer is 740. Pre-crisis standard was 620. Now 740 needed. Middle class borrowers with life events dropped out entirely. How many community banks closed between 2010 and 2023? Options: 200, 600, 1,200, 3,500. The correct answer is 1,200. Nearly 1,200 community banks merged or shuttered. Mega banks now control 70% of lending. They prefer large loans. What percentage of small business loans went to firms with under 10 employees? Options: 35%, 55%, 18%, 72%. The correct answer is 18%. Small business lending dropped to 18% for micro firms. Banks chase bigger, safer corporate accounts instead. How much higher are auto loan rates for middle-class borrowers now? Options: 0.5%, 2%, 4.5%, 8%. The correct answer is 4.5%. Rates jumped 4.5% average since 2010. Banks pass risk on to borrowers instead of accepting it. What share of bank profits now comes from trading versus lending? Options: 10% trading, 25% trading, 42% trading, 68% trading. The correct answer is 42% trading. Investment banking grew to 42% of profits. Lending became unprofitable. Retail customers matter less than ever. How many years did it take banks to resume pre-crisis lending levels? Options: 3 years, 7 years, never fully recovered, 15 years. The correct answer is never fully recovered. Lending never rebounded to 2007 volume. Regulations, risk aversion, and profit shifts changed banking forever. What percentage of mortgage portfolios are now held by non-banks? Options: 15%, 28%, 52%, 81%. The correct answer is 52%. Non-bank lenders now control 52% of mortgages. Banks retreated, fintech and shadow banks filled the gap. What percentage of small business loans did banks reject in 2023? Options 12, 32, 52, 72. The correct answer is 52. Banks rejected roughly half of small business applications. Risk models favored corporate clients over middle-class entrepreneurs seeking growth capital. How many middle-class Americans lost access to credit since 2008? Options 5 million, 15 million, 35 million, 55 million. The correct answer is 35 million. Approximately 35 million households fell out of prime lending pools. Stricter credit scoring pushed middle earners into subprime or no credit categories entirely. What's the average interest rate banks now charge middle-class borrowers? Options 4.2, 8.5, 14.7, 22.3. The correct answer is 14.7. Middle-class rates climbed to around 14.7 for personal loans. Banks reserved sub-5 rates exclusively for ultra-wealthy clients with institutional backing. How much did mortgage lending to middle income drop since peak 2006? Options 18, 38, 58, 78. The correct answer is 58. Mortgage originations for middle earners fell roughly 58. Banks now target either luxury properties or government-backed subprime loans instead. What minimum credit score do banks now demand for standard loans? Options 620, 680, 740, 800. The correct answer is 740. The practical floor rose to 740 for competitive rates. Middle-class families averaging 650 to 700 scores face rejection or predatory terms. How many regional banks have exited consumer lending since 2010? Options 200, 500, 1200, 2100. The correct answer is 1200. Roughly 1,200 regional banks stopped or scaled back consumer divisions. Consolidation left middle-class borrowers dependent on 3 mega banks. What percentage of bank profits now come from trading versus lending? Options 18, 42, 64, 81. The correct answer is 64. Investment and trading now generate around 64% of bank revenue. Traditional lending to middle-class customers became unprofitable in comparison. How much higher are fees for middle-class accounts versus wealth clients? Options 2x, 5x, 8x, 15x. The correct answer is 8x. Middle-class accounts face roughly 8x higher fees and penalties. Banks generate income through charges instead of offering reasonable lending rates. What's the median down payment banks now require for middle earners? Options 10, 20, 35, 50. The correct answer is 35. Down payments climbed to 35 for middle-class home buyers. Banks effectively locked out anyone unable to save massive capital reserves up front.